I dreamed of crayfish. What does this dream mean? Explain plainly.
Okay, I'm a psychologist and I'll explain.
Hey, I had a dream about a crayfish. It was so realistic and its pincers were so shiny and scary. Does this mean anything?
Oh, so the pincers of the crayfish made an impression on you. That could symbolize your relationship with an aggressive person. Are there people around you who are overly assertive and aggressive? Or maybe you're feeling stressed out over interpersonal relationships.
Oh, could that be? The other day, my boss at work really got mad at me. He kept saying unreasonable things to me, and I was so pissed. Could that be why he came up in my dream?
That's very likely. Dreams reflect unconscious emotions, so the pincers of the crayfish probably symbolize the aggressive and intimidating presence that you feel towards your boss. If you had simply dreamed about seeing a crayfish, it may have been related to a maternal presence, but this time the theme is clearly aggression. Your defense instinct is sounding the alarm in your dream.
I see. It's true that dealing with that boss is really tough. Maybe I'll feel a little better now that I understand what it means. Thank you.
When crayfish appear in dreams, they can be considered a symbol of interpersonal problems, defense instincts, growth, and change. In particular, if the crayfish's pincers are particularly impressive, it suggests a relationship with an aggressive person, while simply seeing a crayfish suggests that a maternal instinct is involved. Dreams about eating crayfish are related to appetite and the desire to replenish energy. Crayfish in dreams represent the fact that you are in a relationship with an aggressive person or someone with a strong maternal instinct. It's easy to tell the difference. If you are an aggressive person, the crayfish's pincers will be a memorable dream. If you have a dream about crayfish where you have a strong maternal instinct, it is a dream where you just saw a crayfish nearby, and the crayfish's aggressiveness is not seen. Dreams in which a crayfish does something to you reflect your future relationships. If you do something to a crayfish or a crayfish does something to you, it can be considered to be related to something that will happen in your relationships in the future. Dreams about crayfish are based on the desire to eat delicious food. Crayfish symbolize renewal of life, development, and escape from a difficult situation as they shed their skin and grow. Also, since they live on land and water, they can indicate changes in circumstances or travel. Dreams about crayfish suggest that there is fierce opposition from those around you to what you do. You are also facing problems that will lead to conflict. Think calmly about why you are being opposed. In Jungian psychology, dreams are messages from the unconscious, and repressed emotions and deep psychological desires are expressed in a symbolic form. Dreams about crayfish may suggest that you are in the process of spiritual growth. In particular, crayfish have the ability to shed their skin, so the dream may contain the message that you are getting ready to shed your old self and be reborn as a new self. Also, crayfish live in water, such as rivers and ponds, so they are creatures that are closely related to the deep unconscious. Jung saw water as a symbol of the unconscious. Crayfish near water may symbolize your true feelings and emotions deep inside your heart. In particular, crayfish have sharp claws and a defensive nature, so they may suggest the psychology of trying to protect one's inner self or a state of hiding true feelings. Crayfish are creatures with hard shells and large claws. This characteristic symbolizes the duality of defense and attack. If the crayfish's claws leave an impression on you in your dream, it indicates that you have a fear of being attacked or a desire to protect yourself in your subconscious. In particular, when you are feeling stressed in your relationships, the unconscious feeling of, "I wonder if someone will attack me," or "I want to protect my position," arises. However, if you directly become aware of this, the stress increases, so it is replaced by the symbol of crayfish claws in your dream. According to Freud, when we have a strong sense of defense, it can lead to unconscious aggression. In other words, it is possible that you actually want to attack, but you are suppressing that desire, which is why you dream of being the one being attacked. If you are pinched by a crayfish in your dream, it is a reflection of some kind of stress in the real world. For example, you may be feeling pressure at school or in your friendships, or you may be worried about your relationship with your family. Dream interpretation of dreams about eating crayfish. The desire to eat something delicious like crayfish is a sign of the desire to put more energy into the body. Your body is craving crayfish, so you might as well try eating one. Dreaming about catching a small crayfish means that you have a desire to play a game that you have thought up yourself. You are looking for something fun to do. Crayfish, with their hard shells and claws, are a symbol of the self-defense instinct. They seem to be passive because they don't want to get hurt. They also tend to attack those around them in an attempt to protect themselves. You will need to control your emotions yourself. Most dreams about situations other than eating crayfish are thought to be related to your own defense instinct. The dream of being pinched by a crayfish's claws in your dream is a reflection of the stress you are currently experiencing in the real world. If you only had a dream in which a crayfish appeared, it is an instinctive message that you should protect yourself. Freud believed that the act of eating is closely related to sexual desire and life energy. Dreaming about eating crayfish is a sign of the desire to take in something or to obtain new energy. Crayfish and shrimp covered in hard shells in dreams are symbols of caution and defensiveness. They also represent motherhood and feminine power, so a dream about eating crayfish or shrimp suggests the awakening of the maternal instinct. If you dreamed of cute crayfish or shrimp-like anime characters, you may be timid about love. You are so reluctant to get hurt that you can't be proactive. You often miss out on great opportunities for love. It seems that you may hurt others by being too defensive. Because of your caution, you may end up speaking in a harsh tone or acting unfriendly. However, in the end, you will end up losing out. In order to meet trustworthy friends and build smooth interpersonal relationships, you will first need to break out of your shell. If you dream of being pinched by a crayfish's claws, your situation is even more serious. Your fatigue from relationships may become mental stress and affect your physical condition. A dream in which you are pinched by a crayfish is proof that the stress from relationships has reached its peak. The strong stress is starting to have a negative effect on your health. Refresh yourself in a comfortable space to recover your energy. Dreams in which the crayfish's claws make an impression on you are when you have a desire to fight. Even if you are not very aggressive, your defensive instinct may be strong and you may want to fight to protect yourself. Your desire to attack may have led you to dream of a crayfish using its claws. Interpret the dream in relation to your real-world situation. If the crayfish in your dream is aggressive, you may be tired of relationships in the real world. You may be feeling tired from spending time with aggressive people who have crayfish-like pincers. In particular, if the crayfish in your dream is large or black, your defensive instincts are strong. Dreaming of a crayfish passing by you is a sign that there is something you should be careful about. You may have forgotten to do something that you need to do, and your instincts are trying to remind you of it. In this case of a dream, the crayfish is a signal to get your attention. Check to see if there is anything you have planned to do that you have forgotten. If you dream of killing a crayfish, it means that your feminine side is decreasing. Your gentle feelings may be fading and you may be becoming aggressive. Try to create an environment where you can live in a relaxed manner and live a life that allows you to regain your feminine calm and gentleness. A dream in which a crayfish dies represents a turning point in your life where a big change will occur. For example, many people dream of a crayfish dying when they change schools or companies. If you dream of a crayfish dying, it is a good idea to think of this as an important time that will affect the direction of your own life and think about your goals. Also, since crayfish can only move sideways, it indicates that you are in a psychological state where you cannot move forward well. It is also a dream that you have when you are timid about love. You are in a psychological state where you are trying to protect yourself excessively and are not able to move well. If you see a crayfish in your dream, it might be a good idea to consult someone about your love relationship. A dream in which many crayfish appear indicates that the dream has little to do with your desires and that your fortunes are improving. It is said that dreams in which many crayfish appear are more likely to be seen by people who will achieve good results in qualification exams or work. Similarly, a dream in which a crayfish molts is also a good dream. This is a dream you may have when your financial luck is on the rise and you are entrusted with an important job. This dream is based on your appetite for delicious food.
Thank you for watching the video to the end. If you like it, please click the good button. Please also subscribe to our channel. Then you will also be able to learn about dreams on this channel. If you have another mysterious dream, please watch this channel. Thank you.
Psychologist explain.
Dream analysis make you happy.